Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a handoff looking right. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. On 2nd and 12, Darnold. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
At the 36-yard line.
20, check 25.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Bell running on 1st down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Here we go, son. 52. Let's go, baby. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Check 26. Check 26. Hold the look. Hold the look.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. This is Bell. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Henry Anderson, big man from Stanford there for the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch the block, motion, block. Back. Jim. Watch safety creep. Ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Ready.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Hey, you.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Down. 10-2 stop. 56. Check. Now.
On 2nd and 12, Lock. It's caught, Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, You go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Alpha.
Into the red zone, it's locked. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's coming. We got double up. Hey, wahoo!
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
60 outlaw.
We're scoreless after one. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. On 3rd and long, it's locked. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Adam Gotsis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Hey, Haywood!
On 1st down, Locke. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a...
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Let's go now. 50, plant. Exit. Look at me. Go. Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Let's go.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
57.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. Cooper was the target there.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Faking the give, Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Check the outs. Check the out. Check the out.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Here we go, here we go.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now Bell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. Okay, ready? I'm coming after you. Check, lucky.
Darnold from the gun. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
How about that run? Picks up a 1st down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Block now to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Come on. Slam. Orbit.
To throw it is Lock. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play. That seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
Ready? 30 base. 50 seconds. Five. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Minus 50 seconds. Ready.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with a field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grabbed the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Clock now on first down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Hey, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Throwing now is Locke. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
Smith. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Locke working out of the gun. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
My 52, my 52. What's the set?
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That one complete to Anderson. 20! And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They'll run on 1st down with Cannon, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. On 3rd down, here's Cannon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Another run by Lindsey. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Freeman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Locke. He's got the connection to Cooper. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Check 50. Check 50. Hey, seam 6, 5.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. He'll let this go for the end zone. And caught by Cooper. Touchdown, Broncos. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. McManus's point after is good, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
It's going to be a long day.
They go again with Cannon. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. On 3rd down, it's Cannon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On first down, Cannon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On second down, Freeman. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman, his first touchdown on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Now McManus for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw on second down. Darnold. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it right side with Cannon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Hyde, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Steps away to his left and avoids the contact by sliding. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On third down, it's Cannon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Go!
And here we go on 4th. Darnold got an open man. It's a noon one. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll run on first down. Cannon. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Trenton Cannon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. And, oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. On the carry, it's Muhammad. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll eat some clock with Freeman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a one-point game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Lock. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. So many times you think of these tight ends catching the ball already in the end zone. But today's tight end, they can run after the catch, too, to score.
They're big, they're strong, but they're extremely athletic. And they can surprise the heck out of you when they get the ball in their hands and they're running away from the defense.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Darnold now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Cannon. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. 3rd and 4. And this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this two-point conversion.
My 52.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's going to be caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Denver, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now they'll get the weekend off.